Welcome back to Frank Opinions. I'm Adam.
And I'm Tasker.
And this week on this live episode, we're going to go into the new vampire world. Rehash, relive, bring back.
Retold.
We haven't had a vampire movie in some time. God damn it. When what? Maybe the last time, what'd we do? Was that the last voyage of the Dementor?
Yeah, that'd be like their last vampire adventure. I think that was the last one that came out here recently.
I'll be honest, when I seen the preview for Sinners, I didn't even know it was a vampire movie.
I think I heard people talk and say it was a vampire movie, so I kind of I knew ahead of the game when I watched the trailers. But I'll say this, I think it's the second trailer that tells you it's a vampire movie, pretty much. I wish they could have told you vampire, but I think certain parts and twists they didn't need to put in the trailer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which, I like to go into the movie a little bit surprised and not have the trailer basically tell me what's going to happen.
Well, I kept seeing a screen clip of Haley Steinfeld in some 80s get up, but this whole movie was shot in the 20s.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's confusing.
That's a big spoiler right there.
So, I was like, interesting. But the more interesting about this whole movie is evidently the set design, the costume props, everything that was actually slated for Blade.
Yep.
Which that's pretty wild.
The costume design said they had everything for a Blade movie, and then Marvel didn't know what they wanted to do with Blade, so they sold everything, and well, here we are with Sinners.
Which may actually be a Blade origin story. They just couldn't call it Blade.
If you look at it that way.
Well, black man turns into a vampire. From the OG Blade, he was born a vampire.
Yeah.
So
that's why it kind of makes me kind of wonder what Marvel was kind of thinking with setting it in the 1920s and stuff like that. What kind of route were they heading?
So everyone knows this movie is based in, I think, the late 20s.
Yeah.
Basically in the southern part of North America, or the United States, basically. What's it? Where's it set down? Mississippi?
Yeah, I think it is Mississippi.
Mississippi or Louisiana. But it's down on the bayou.
Yeah.
But essentially what it is Smokestack Twins, played by Michael B. Jordan, where he did a great job. I'll give him props on this one. That's probably one of his better movies, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. He played both characters, two different characters. One more stern, serious, and the other one was more charismatic and fun type of deal.
Right. The fun, charismatic one was Stack. Right. And Smoke was the
Smoke was the serious one.
The serious, he'd been to war and all that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he did a great job. And then, of course, Haley Steinfeld's in it.
Yep.
She's one of the other mains. But what was some other famous people in it? We
had the guy that played Remy, which was Jack
O'Connell. Yep.
And then you had the piano player who was...
Yeah, he was the detective from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
I had to, let me look him up, give him some justice.
Yeah, I forgot his name right then.
Delroy Lindo
Yeah.
would have been the piano player that was the detective off Gone in 60 Seconds. And
And
then, of
then,
course, yeah, Cornbread, Omar Benson Miller.
yep.
I think that's really about it, right?
I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. I feel like I've seen the woman before. Smoke's love interest. I feel like I've seen her before.
The Voodoo Woman.
Yeah, the voodoo woman. And I can't remember if I
I,
have or not or something like
I'm
that.
looking at here and says she was in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, okay, yeah. She was the TVA agent at the
Yep.
end.
Another one was trying to look at more of. She was in Loki.
Yeah, yeah, TVA.
She was in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, because she was the one lady that Lex was threatening if she came out and told the truth.
So there you go. Kind of didn't know that. Now the I think it's Yamin Lawson, the woman that played Pearl. She was in The Woman King, The Running Man. She was in The Batman.
Oh yeah, she was the mayor in the Batman.
Yeah.
Yep, or
So
running for mayor.
I mean, it has a pretty decent cast in it.
Yeah, and then Miles Canton, who was new. I think they said this was his first feature film.
He was
He was the young kid.
the kid that could play the guitar.
Yep.
So pretty much the Smokestack Twins they leave this little podunk village, go to Chicago, work for Al Capone, end up siphoning some of the money from the mobs up there off to the side. So they get some booze, they get some guns, and they get some money. They peace out, come back home, buy a farm with a big old building on it, off of some rich white folk, and going to make them as not so much a speakeasy, but like a dance hall.
Yeah.
Because as we know, this was back in the 20s and segregation was still big then, so blacks weren't allowed in the same establishment as the white folk, so they wanted to create their own place where they could all get together and have a good time.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. The story leading up to it, you get a little bit of the lore of, every once throughout history, there's just one person that can play music, an instrument or something that moves the soul, and it kind of shows you up through history there. They put like Jimi Hendrix and a few other prominent African Americans throughout history that had, I think BB King was on there.
Yeah, they showed it was just how I look at it, like a celebration of music throughout all the years of everything.
Which was pretty cool, and then they basically, and I guess what you say, Bayou legend, that kind of music attracts evil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think they pulled some lore like Devil Went Down to Georgia kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like
now that you say that, yeah, it kind of
not so much
inspired.
Not so much that these people sold their soul to the devil to be able to play like that, but because they could play like that, the devil sought them out.
Yeah.
So, which is what kind of threw me for a loop on this, because the voodoo woman was like, this wasn't that type of demon that was hunting them. She was like, nah, these are vampires. Like, she was like, these are vampires.
Yeah.
And I was like, so there's another demon out there that's going to be hunting him too, but...
Yeah, think about it. How it opens up is talking about, this demon, but it don't really say what it is.
Right.
And then she talks about when they first find out that Cornbread wants to be invited in, and she's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This ain't that type of demon or anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, maybe it's just they're playing on the urban legends of everything.
Yeah, because in the beginning when Remy is somehow in the sun, which was kind of like he ran to that house.
I'd say that was like early morning. So like he was like the sun was rising, so he was running to that house trying to get in cover. So I'd say like the sun was just right there, like it's peeking up, it's hitting him, and he's like, "Oh God!" Like it didn't kill him in an instant.
Yeah, and I mean it was Indians that were chasing him.
Yeah,
which kind of goes back to that legend stuff, right?
Yeah.
That the Indians are hunting him, and then basically, he goes in that house and, gets in the dark and ends up eating that man and woman. Well, not so much eating them, but turns them into vampires.
Yeah.
Which, a wild part on that is one of those guys in there was supposed to be MGK.
Yeah.
But
he
MGK
came out in an interview and said he didn't want to do it.
MGK said he would not use the hard R.
And I'm glad he wasn't in it.
Yeah, me too. No, like, I mean, I like MGK and no shade towards him or anything, but the two that they got to played the creepy part later on really, really well.
Yeah, he just wouldn't have fit.
No,
I don't know. Like, well, one, I think he's like what 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, he just don't have the look for it.
Yeah, and he's real. Like, I mean, not like anything hate on him. Like he's skinny. Like, I don't know. He just wouldn't.
Yeah, the people they got that had more of the redneck. Like,
yeah, that southern.
Yeah, like, yeah,
aspect.
I mean, yeah, they had that, and he just doesn't have that look. He's more of a fucking. He plays Slender Man or something,
Yeah.
But because I mean, when they come up later on to the club, right, and they're like, "We just want to play some music too." That's a cool part.
Oh yeah, Big Poor Robin Clean.
Yeah,
Big Poor Robin Clean.
And they're like, "Nah, this ain't an establishment for no white people."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh man, come on, we just want to play the music."
Yeah.
So Cornbread's like, "There's something fucked up about these white folks." But yeah, the whole build up to getting there, it's really not anything. It's like a love story, a reuniting. Like it does a lot of story building before it gets to the actual action.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I will say, like, if you are expecting like vampires, it takes maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes,
maybe even an hour to get into it
until you start seeing stuff. But
I'll be honest, that didn't bother me too much because the story that they were telling to me was intriguing.
Yeah,
enough to be, because there's good spots in it where it's following the two brothers, like when he tells the girl to watch the truck.
Oh yeah,
that's a good part.
Yeah,
where he shoots the one guy, and the other one ends up being a guy he knows.
Oh, Smoke, I didn't know. I wouldn't have stole from you if I knew it was you.
Yeah, and he was like, well, and he shoots him in the leg, and he's like, no one just walks away from Smoke.
Yeah, I can't let him tell him his other friends.
Yeah, he's like, damn, I understand. So, all that's pretty cool, but yeah, like, when it kicks off, it kicks off.
Yeah.
And, like you told me that, I think, Wendy, because you watched it before me, you were thinking I might be a little bit up in the air about it, but you said you thought I would like it because You felt it was it was like Dust to Dawn.
Yeah. So that's what, like, because I went to the theaters and watched it, and while I'm like sitting there watching it and everything, I really I enjoyed it and everything. And when I got done, I was like, kind of thinking, I was like, you might like it. There might be some stuff I wasn't too sure. Like, I thought maybe the beginning is what would hurt it for you. It being like a little, I mean, it's not slow, but like slow ish for you.
Yeah, right.
I thought that might turn you off, and you'd be like, okay, I'm not. I'm here to watch some vampires, not. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, as it gets into the action and you get through like the dancing and all the like love story stuff and everything like that, Remick and the boys show up in the beginning, and then they start turning people one by one.
Yeah.
And you know, that was crazy. Like straight out of the hole, like they get, oh, Haley.
Yeah. Because she
Like,
goes out there to talk to him, and bam.
yeah, she's like number one.
Yeah.
And then she comes straight in and takes out fucking Stack.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's one of my favorite parts of the whole movie is when Smoke busts in and she's on top eating him, and he just pulls out the dual Browning 1911s and just lights that bitch up. I'm talking.
Doesn't ask any questions. She turns around like, oh, and he's.
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
Just
I'm like, that's what you would do in that situation. You're not asking questions.
Empties both magazines right into her. And then she's there for a second. She looks up at him and laughs.
Yeah, gets back up and then runs out the door.
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that part a lot.
Yeah, then it just started going haywire, right? The story started going nuts.
Yep.
And,
because that right there, you got shortly after Cornbread comes back.
Yep.
And he's trying to get back in. And the voodoo one was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You've been walking your big ass in here,
yeah,
left and right, but now you want an invite,
right? I like that a lot.
Yeah,
and again, and I get the part where they make a stand, where the Asian woman, she basically sends her husband out to get the vehicle, which ultimately killed him, and then she just loses her shit. And like, she's like, we're going to die anyways, or they're going to kill our loved ones.
Yeah, they're going to go back to town and just wipe everyone out.
Right. And then that's crazy, part when she's like, come on in, you motherfuckers. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that's when everything just.
That's when you get the Dust to Dawn feel, because they bust through the doors. The main barn doors, and it's just all out fast, which ends up being one of the parts I have a problem with, because the vampires have the upper hand and then all of a sudden just retreat.
Yeah, because that's what you told me, that because you mentioned that to me, and then I rewatched it again and I got to that part, and I was like, yeah, they do. Like, they had it, and then all of a sudden, just they back away.
Yeah, it don't make any sense.
And they let Smoke and everyone else kind of run up the stairs and kind of try to get free. But yeah, that was kind of a little hiccup for the movie.
Yeah, because then when they get upstairs, you get the main fight between Smoke and Stack.
Yeah.
And of course,
and then Remy shows up for Sammy.
Sammy, yeah.
Yeah.
And it ends up being the other girl up there that was fighting with Stack.
Was her name Pearl? Right?
Yeah. Because Pearl gets it too.
Pearline?
Yeah. Pearline gets killed too.
Yeah, because Remy attacks her.
Yeah. But then she gets final put down also.
Yeah.
And the whole time Stack's fighting with Smoke. Sammy's out there getting his ass whipped by Remy
Yeah.
out in the water, while the rest of basically everyone's a vampire at that point.
Yeah, everyone's a vampire.
And the thing that they mentioned at that point is where Remy says the Ku Klux Klan was going to come through in the morning and kill all you all anyways. He said, you guys are dead whether it was me or them. This way, if you join me, we're going to make a stop over there next.
Yeah.
And then they're like, how do you know this? And he was like, because these two were part of the Klan.
Yep. And see, that's what, like, when I first watched the movie, I kind of felt like the KKK was like a thrown in there type of moment, like just random. But like when I rewatched it, there's hints throughout the beginning, leading up. Like there's like stuff that if you pick up on.
Well, it's the same. Okay. Like Smoke tells him in the beginning, when we buy this land, we buy it from you fair and square. You and your Klan boys are going to leave us alone and stay out of it.
Yeah. That's what, like, first watch, it didn't register right then, and then, like, when I watched it again, because they talked about the, was it the blood stains on the floor?
Yeah.
And the one guy's was like, oh, that's just, it's like a butcher shop or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, that's really a butcher place for them.
Yeah, exactly.
And, I don't know, just all that little Easter egg stuff is, I don't know, like, full circle type of moment.
Yeah, and like when Remy says that, I was like, oh, shit. But I liked how he was like, and we're going to play those, or, those, what's he call them, bigots, or those.
Yeah, I think he calls them bigots. Something like that.
So we're going to visit them next.
Yeah.
So I was like, But like, they're all watching that outside. And I just, the problem I have is when Sammy hits Remy in the head with the guitar and it like cuts in through him. Right? Yeah. And they all feel the pain. Not all of them felt the pain, evidently.
Yeah, that's where I don't know. I wish they didn't.
Because Stack and fucking Haley Steinfeld's character, they were just living the best life.
Yeah, they're doing whatever they want. I wish they didn't have it as like Remy was the main. What's the word? Like main vine of all of them.
Right.
I wish it wasn't that because again, like Haley Steinfeld and Stack's inside, like. Are they in there going?
Yeah, right.
They're freaking out. Well, Jesus Christ, what's going on out there?
Right, and Smoke's like,
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, right. He all of a sudden he just pauses from beating her ass, and he's like, "Let's chill out here."
Yeah.
But in the end, I guess maybe at that point, that's when Smoke ran out, and he comes out and he kills Remy, right?
Yeah. Stabs him in the back.
Yeah, what was all the other vampires like? Oh, he's gonna get it. Oh, he's gonna get it.
Yeah, they're watching like, ooh.
That's that bitch gonna stab him right in the back. Oh shit, we should do something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they were just not trying to like just wrap it up, but like they were getting to the point like, okay, let's
agree.
Wrap it up.
I think they got to the end, got to that point. They were like, "Damn, this movie's getting long." But they kill him, which basically delinks all of them.
Yeah.
And then the sun comes out. It just roasts all of them.
Burns them all up.
I'm like, oh well, they went ahead and closed all those loose ends.
Yep.
And then it's just Smoke and Sammy, and he basically tells him, "Get your shit and get out of here. And for the love of God, throw away that fucking guitar."
Yeah.
And what's crazy, he goes back to the church, to his family, and his dad's like, you give away that sinful guitar and music and join the church, or you're not allowed here.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And he leaves. I'm like, oh, okay. He just didn't almost not survive the night from complete horror and evil, but, you know, like, music soothes the soul.
That's right. Music is life.
But probably my favorite part of the movie is that Easter egg. Like, well, before we skip on, like, Smoke goes back to the barn, basically closes it up, gets in the back of the truck, and just has a fucking Browning 50 cal that he stole.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, all the clan pulls up. And they're just looking at the building saying, you know, we're getting ready to mass slaughter all you all in it and everything.
Yep. All right, boys, let's get ready.
And then he just starts fucking wasting them from the tree line.
Yep, from behind.
Dude, that was awesome. I mean, just
I loved
awesome. And, like, it just showed, you know, that they're just a bunch of fucking rednecks, man. Like, just fucking retards. Because they couldn't shoot to save their life.
I know. It's like them, they were stormtroopers or something. Because he's just walking towards them.
He's just walking out in the middle.
Yeah, walking out in the middle. No cover, nothing. And they can't hit a soul. Except one guy was able to clip it.
Right. Shooting through the stomach. And they gave him the gladiator send away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where he's kind of fading in and out, and he's getting to be back with his girlfriend that was killed, and
was it little boy?
His little boy, yeah,
yeah,
and all that, and like I like how he's coming back too, and then that fucking fat guy's begging for his life.
Oh yeah,
and he's just like, shut the fuck up, and he's yeah,
just wears it down.
Just waste the whole magazine in it.
Oh yeah.
And then, like, he dies, right?
Yeah.
So, like, when they show up, it was him and, like, all those freaking, like, the entire half the town's men.
What happened?
So, dude, I love that part. But I tell you, my next favorite part is the ending, though, where Sammy basically became famous, played music through all those years.
Oh, yeah. That's like, it was a that's how you do a post credit.
Oh yeah.
Like they did that, set it up perfectly.
Yeah, because he's like in his 80s sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
And Stack and Mary, I think her name was Mary.
Yeah, Mary.
It's like in the 80s. They walk in.
I think it's 90s actually.
Is it the 90s?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 90s.
He walks in with his gold chain that says Stack. You know,
that's what I love. Like right before they came in, the bodyguard's like, "Hey, Sammy, you got some people want to see you, like talk to you." And he's just like, "Okay." And then like how the bodyguard goes back in there, and goes, "All right, you can come in." Like Sammy was like, "Oh no!" Like you saw that look on his face, like, "Oh, I know, I remember this."
Yeah, and I like it how he sits down there, and she's like. It still calls him Little Sammy.
Yeah.
And I just that whole interaction where Stack smells him.
Yeah, he knows he's getting ready to die.
He's dying of cancer. And he's like, I can change all this. You can play these clubs for eternity. And like the club that he's at the club that he owned, which was called the Pearl.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. Another little Easter egg there.
Yep. But pay attention.
Oh man, that part, he was like, I made a deal with Smoke that he let me live if I would have never crossed your path ever again.
Yeah.
And like he said, I kept that deal all these years. But I just wanted to come and give you an offer.
Yeah.
And of course, Sammy turns it down and all that. And he's, the there's a whole mystique to it when they walk out, and she's like, "See you later, little Sammy." Like, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool for there should never be a sequel.
There
It
should
should be
not,
one and done.
and that's what I've ever since I think when it finally hit digital and stuff like that, Warner Brothers and everything is talking like I guess they're trying to push for a sequel. Right
No.
now, they're wanting a sequel bad because this movie did well.
Good.
It did good, so they want to franchise this.
No, my
You don't
God,
need
just
to.
let it be legendary.
Yeah, Sinners can be the one movie. It can be a cult classic here in the next 20, 30 years. You don't need to touch it.
Yep.
And that's what I've seen. Like Ryan Coogler said, he doesn't want to do a sequel or anything like that.
If
He
you
wanted
want
to start and end.
if you want to do another similar story that maybe links to it with a different musician in a different place or something, but I think this story is told.
Yeah, I don't think you need to. I mean, you can go somewhere else. You don't need to have any characters from this movie in anything else.
Right.
Because I've seen some people talk about, like, they would like to see the very beginning with the Indians chasing Remy.
Oh, like, yeah, like a prequel to it.
That would be neat, but let's not. I'm fine. I don't need to learn more about it. This is a one and done.
All right, so without further ado, FOFR, what are you giving it?
So I've watched it a couple times now. I think I am sitting at a 9.4.
I got you. I'm going 8.6.
8.6. I mean, the story of it, they did well with the vampires. I love the action, the cinematography, the score. I love the score, the music of it. Like, I really do love that. And Rocky Road to Dublin is, like, stuck in my head ever since this movie came out. I want to do the Irish jig when I hear that song kick on.
That one that got stuck with me was, pick poor Robin clean.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, they didn't really get the gist of it until later on when he sung it as the vampire.
Yeah. I picked poor Robin.
Yeah, and he got the evil, like, in his eyes and his teeth.
Yeah.
And he was like, and we picked poor Robin clean. And
Yep.
he smiles, and they're like, oh, the song has different meaning now.
And that's what, there was a lot of layers to this movie. A
Yep.
lot of layers if you look into it. Because I think they said this is the best original film in the past, 10 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Best.
everything's been remakes.
Yeah, remakes, sequels, prequels.
Yeah, right.
Prequels.
It was refreshing. I like it. I highly recommend it. Like, it's definitely one that you can go back and watch a couple times just to catch the little innuendos, and
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely one to check out.
I'd like to see, they done another end credit. It shows, Al Capone reading the story in the paper.
Oh, yeah. Reading about the smokestack Quins.
Yeah, and how they went down in a blaze of glory.
Yeah. It'd be neat.
Then it'd be Al Capone be a vampire. Then we get into something like Abraham Lincoln style vampire hunter movie.
Yeah. We bring that movie back, and that movie is actually a prequel to this.
Right, exactly. Al Capone's actually Van Helsing.
Yeah.
But you guys let us know your thoughts on it. Fucking fantastic movie, in my opinion. Absolutely. I'll definitely watch it more times.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely on the list to play again.
yeah, definitely.
But with that being said, I'm Adam,
And I'm Tasker.
and that was Frank Opinions.